Our second speaker today is moving rapidly. I believe I am accurate in saying that he is the youngest member of this club at this time in this room. Michael Squire is going to share with us the story of his early leadership experience. The story of my early leadership experience. Please help me welcome Michael Squire.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Because I noticed that I am not a fan of this room, so I'm going to try to speak out so you can all hear me. Well, before I begin, I'd like to give my thanks to Umberto, who's doing a great job as the Toastmaster of the day. Well, over this last 2 weeks, I have had time to consider who I am and what leadership roles I've done, and overall, what leadership style do I possess? I don't think it was until sometime in middle school that my leadership style took off. No, before middle school, I tended to be dutifully at the back of the classroom, getting assignments done so that I could go home to play outside. But it wasn't until I was given a very unusual assignment that this began to change. I was told that I was to make a robotic arm out of a random pile of junk that was to pick up a plastic cup with so many marbles and put it back down. Now on top of this, I had to build it within 3 weeks. Not very difficult. It didn't seem very challenging. But I had to do it with three other people. Now it was giving me anxiety. So I began looking around the room, scoping for the smartest guy I knew. I found him. So eagerly crossing the room, hoping to get on his team. In order not to do the work, I tried to get on his team. But by the time I got there, I noticed he had 3 people around him. They were all huddling together, they were discussing, and I noticed I was too late. So I casually turned the other way as if nothing happened. I reached the other side of the room. By the time I got there, all of my friends had been on teams. And so I had to pick 3 people that I didn't know to do this project. Now, if you look back in your leadership experience and your team projects, I'm sure you've gotten to realize the 3 different types of teammates that you can have. There's the very friendly teammates who like to have a nice time and they're very communicative. And then you have the very focused teammates who split up the work and they want to get together as little as they can so that they can do the project efficiently. But then you have the last type of teammate, and they cross their arms with a surly look and they tell you it's only my way. I'll only have it my way. They insist that they are adept enough to do the project by themselves. They don't need anyone else to do it. That was all 4 of the people in my team, including myself, I admit. So after 60 minutes of discussion and bickering and arguing about what we do, we had agreed on exactly nothing, except that we would continue to think about it. So that night I thought about it while I did my homework and while I ate dinner, I was thinking about it. Even in the shower, I was continuing to think about it. And then it struck me. Eureka was audibly heard outside the bathroom door. I got an idea, so I turned off the shower, hopped out, and ran over to my room after getting adequately dressed. Well, knocking over my trash can, I began to pick all the necessary materials and began slapping something together. 15 minutes later, I had a completed project. My robotic arm worked, and I had used all of the parts that was allowed. So, needless to say, I was very proud of what I had done. I showed my teammates the next day. I said, do you have an idea? Well, here you go. I completed the project. How about that? They were only mildly impressed. They continued to want to do it a different way. But in the end, I got my way. And the reason that I got my way was because I was the only one to build to make something at home. I was able to present my idea in my own two hands and prove that it worked. I think it's because of this I was able to respect their intelligence, because I knew that they would be critical of my ideas. They cared about this as much as I did, so I presented it in a way that they would more enjoy it. We were able to finish the project before everyone else after rebuilding it because we were supposed to use the parts that they gave. And as a team, we went to modifying it to making it better. In the end, we got 100%. Now there's one more lesson I'd like to derive from this story. And that is, in a creative project, it becomes necessary to have one autonomous brain to lead the project and streamline all the important decisions, because there's just so many decisions that it's too much to handle as a team collectively. Now what this potentially means is that there will be competition over this much desired role, to have leadership over the project, the main idea, the first name on the report. But this brings out the best of us. It is a healthy competition that strives us, makes us strive to do better and stand out, do something different. So let me end my story like this. When doing a creative project in a team of 4, it becomes necessary to have one person as the creative backbone and 3 as loyal followers. Only in this arrangement will your project reach its potential. Thank you.